Lisa Fry, the Catholic Unschooler here. I'm going through my miserable mess because my room is all discombobulated with stuff. Yes, because I have to have a new rug because of the flood in my house. So the workmen just put all this over here like this. So I'm just trying to go through it. But I found some papers that I wrote. I must have had to prove it to the church or something when I got married. But it's really beautiful. I wanted you to read it. Some beautiful things I just found. Okay, so this is about Steve and Lisa. Steve and I have known each other for 8 years. This was way back when. We have dated on and off for 4.5 years. When we very first met, we remained acquaintances for 3 years. Throughout this time, we were always drawn to each other in a silent manner. Looking back now and reviewing how I felt as acquaintances, I found myself with jealousy for him. Ooh. Steve, on the other hand, found out where I worked and would drive by at the end of the day hoping to run into me, which never happened. He would say to his mom, friends, and most of all, on his knees before God, I want to marry a girl like Lisa. Later, finding out that he had mutual feelings. We had mutual feelings for one another, but it all really began years later when I was singing at a club. On one Saturday night, I told the man I knew at that time not to come to my show due to an argument. I walked in the door, and there I saw Steve, the one who always made my day. Hold on. All right. So sorry about that. Okay, so I walked in the door at the club, and there I saw Steve, the one who always made my day whenever he was around, sitting at the bar with his friend. Our conversation went like this. Steve, hi, do you remember me? It's Lisa. And Steve says, yes, I remember you. Of course I do. And I said, what are you doing here? He said, I'm here to see the entertainment. And I said, I'm the entertainment. Okay, so Steve is a musician, and while dating, he had written a few lines on his guitar that he continually played to me over the years, but never finished the song, going like this. Please tell me that I'll always be in your heart forever. Now that you know that I love you so, can we spend our lives together forever? And then he would always stop singing, but he'd keep playing. The day he asked me to marry him, yay, he finished it by placing at the end of the song, and will you marry me? Dun, 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 dun. And down on his knee he went. Yay. We believe our relationship is unique because we have truly come from the depths of the earth and have been saved. Okay, so we didn't obey God. Abstaining from everything, Steve and I have vowed not to kiss until and if God guides us to the altar, waiting for the minister to say, now you may kiss the bride. I loved him so much I married him twice. Yes, I did. I got my vows in the Catholic Church. We have risen above so much. It is truly a miracle to look at our lives. We have been shown what we mean to each other. I call Steve my prize. I can't wait to open it because I know that when and if I do, in it I hope to find marriage, his children, and our lives together. Steve occasionally stares at me with love in his eyes, on his face, and in his voice, sweetly saying my name, Lisa. He'd always say, Lisa, Lisa, it's you, and he would stare at me. I always wanted to marry a girl like you, and look, it's you. I asked for someone like you, and I got you. I just told my girlfriend, I feel like my life is a fairy tale. This is fun, I said. This is so exciting to see what's in store for us, beginning with our marriage. Thank you for making this a big-time possibility for us. I guess I had to write that to the church. I also want to read you something else that was really beautiful. This is a notebook that I used to take one leaf or one flower off of the bouquet and tell me what, or to remind me what it was for. I never did it to all of them, although I wish I did. But listen to this. How beautiful is this? He said, "To my Valentine, love you so much. Till death do we part. You help me get closer to God. You are very special to me." So do you understand? See, he used to write that all the time, "Till death do us part." And I just have no doubt in my heart that he is with God. And, you know, I used to say to him all the time when we like not doing so well, and I'm like, "You help me get closer to God all the time," because I'd have to do a lot of praying, right?
Here's my ears.
So it's just so beautiful that, you know, I have "till death do us part" there, and he said, "You help me get closer to God." Like, that really, truly, honestly was the purpose of our relationship. That's the bottom line. That's what it was. That's what this is all about, is for him to go to heaven. Period. That's what our marriage was for. There it is. Oh, God is so good to me. He was so good to me to be able to give. Like, okay, so he was going to take Stephen no matter what, right? He was going to give me Stephen no matter what. Or take Stephen no matter what. And he gave him to me for 27 years. I'm using the closet light right now because I'm in my room. But I just want to show you that when I met Stephen, we always held on to one another. You see? We were always glued to one another. Do you understand what I'm saying here, people? My heart. I love him. Until we meet in heaven, my darling. Yes. Oh, wow. I just found something else. It's his writing. Let me read it to you. All right. This is very personal, okay? Actually, look up here. This here says, "I love you guys. I am so happy to be a part of this family. Thank you for being so good. XOXO. XO. Okay, my beloved. Okay, I'm sharing this with you, even though it's very personal, because I don't know, I just feel like Mr. Fry deserves it. All right, this was 2001, so we weren't even married yet. Lisa, I was praying to God, and I was just trying to listen to him speak, and he entered my heart and my mind, and I started to think of you. Yay, God. Oh, isn't that great? Our thoughts of you. Isn't that nice? Our thoughts of you. It's hard because it's a little compromised here. Our, meaning God and I, and something, I don't know, I can't see what that says, changed and grew in Jesus' teachings. All of heaven is very proud and happy with you. It's like I picture him being in heaven now saying that to me. I've been very privileged to know blank, it's spotted out, and watch you grow into a wonderful, I think it says Christian woman. I can't even see now. Hold on. I love looking at you while you're reading the Bible. Well, at least it's something, because I used to say, "Why don't you look at me?" So he's happy about that. He says, "But I'm looking at you. Please be patient with me as we go through this life together. It won't be long until we are totally together," because this is right before marriage. God is with us, and he will help us. I guess God put this in my heart to write to you and tell you these things. I can't wait to see you. Missing you. P.S. I love you, Steve. Look at his little name. Can you see that? How he signed it? Oh, gosh, do I love that man. Today's a hard day. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm seeing all his pictures and things. You know, if you're married, right, and you have the guts to get angry like I used to do and be resentful and hurt. Well, you're hurting me, so I don't want to say I love you. Then you're being stupid like I was, because I used to do that all the time. Because I was so hurt. You know, right before he went to heaven, I used to say to my friend on the phone, I wish I could just get past, you know, my hurt. And I wish that I could just do God's will to him and be just vulnerable and just be loving. Like, I think that's exactly where we're supposed to be. I think that's exactly what we're supposed to do. Do you know what I mean? It's like if you could love somebody without the hurt and the pain and thinking of how, you know, how hurt or embarrassed you're going to get, if we could just love. We're stupid, okay? We are stupid. I'm sorry. If you're insulted, oh well, you should be. Because if you're not loving your spouse to the fullest, you know, yeah, do I say that now because he's gone? Of course. But it's now that I'm getting it. You know, I get it. And you obviously, if you guys are alive together and you're being resentful in any way or being mean in any way, you don't get it, okay? I used to have a friend in his 80s. His wife passed away, and he used to say things like, Lisa, just don't get mad at each other. It's not worth it. And I used to remember that, and I would definitely, that helped me out through my life with Stephen. But you have to love. Love holds no wrongs. You know that whole thing about what love is? Love is not jealous. Okay, love is kind. When you're being resentful and all like, well, I don't want to get hurt and you're not helping me and I'm not putting myself out there, that is not love. It's not. It's not. Okay? You have to love your spouse. Don't be stupid, okay? You know, and you'll say, oh, yeah, and you'll make an excuse or a reason, okay? But if I could see Stephen again, and if I could do that all over again, I should say, if I could live my life over again with Stephen, I look at every day when he used to come home, I'd be homeschooling the kids, and I would be so hurt in my heart because of different situations. And I did this for years. It's like I didn't even acknowledge him. I was stupid. Don't be stupid, okay? Just don't be stupid. It's not worth it. Don't be stupid. Because once that person's gone, he thought he was coming out of the kitchen when he went into the kitchen, and instead he met God, okay? It can happen at any time. Is this to scare you? Yes. Because this life, I did not realize how fragile it was. I didn't realize this would happen to me. It can happen to you. Your loved one could drop dead. Yes. Any moment. Your children, your friends, anybody. Be good to all people. I don't know. I feel like that I'm floating through this life now with just, I want to be kind to everyone. And it's just not, our stupid feelings about being stupid and not loving everybody is a waste of time. It is. It has nothing to do with the will of God. Does God get angry? Yes, he gets angry. But he doesn't sin in his anger, okay? And when we're resentful and when we're being terrible to people in any way, shape, or form, it is not love, okay? You can say to somebody, you know, what you're doing is wrong. Cut it out. Knock it off. You know, I do that all the time. Just make sure you're coming from a place that's love. You have to, because once they're gone, you have to wait. You have to wait. And I don't know. I'm getting ready, okay? I packed up all my stuff because I have to get this all out so they can put a new rug in here and paint. Sorry about the lighting. It's getting dark. But the thing is, I literally feel like I am getting ready to go be with God and Stephen. I don't care about pictures on the walls. Now, I'm a very sentimental person. I had pictures all along here. See the wall? It's gone. That down there is an empty wall all the way across. So what I'm saying here is I put all the kids' drawings and everything in my grandmother's hope chest over there that she left for me. It was filled with everything, like blankets. It even had a male and female pajamas, like if I ever got married. So cute. It had curtains and tablecloths and pillowcases. It was great. So I just filled it with, and she even had her she was Italian, so she was taking classes to speak English. She even had a diploma in there, which is actually over there. I should put that in there. So I just feel like all of that sentimental stuff, you can't take it to heaven with you. That's all for them if they want to look at it. I just don't really want anything. I just feel like I'm just going to prepare this house to make it strong. Whoever is going to live in it, me, my kids, however long they want, the disabled folks, Meanwhile, I think we're the disabled ones, to be honest. They're perfect. So, because I know how to love. But I feel like nothing is important to me, except for I'm here, I'm listening to all these preachers on TV and they're like, well, God has greater things when he takes things away. And I'm like, what? To be a really great real estate agent? Oh, wow. I'd rather have Steven. But then my daughter came in. She goes, Mama, God didn't take Daddy away for you. He answered your prayer. You wanted him to go to heaven. I'm like, yeah, not now. She goes, yeah, but, would you rather have lived a really long life with him and not go to heaven? And I went, no, I would have definitely have chosen this way. And it's true. So I have to remember that. Anyway, Steven's cousin had a dream about him the other day. I think it was yesterday. And that he was sitting there and he said to her, at first the dream was that she could sense that he was there but couldn't see him. And then all of a sudden she saw him and he said, I have $7. And she said the feeling that she got was that he wanted all of us to know that he was among us, that he was with us, that he just wanted to be a part of Christmas and all that there. So I just have to remember that. So anyway, I'm getting ready. I feel like I'm getting ready for my death. It kind of feels like this. It's like, when you're pregnant, I'm speaking to all the women out there. It's like when you're pregnant, right? And the time is coming to have the baby, you get ready. You're scrubbing the toilets. You're preparing the dinners. You're washing the laundry because when that baby comes, you got to pay attention to that baby. So you want to it's the nesting, it's called, and you're getting everything ready, right? How's this? I didn't even know that I was going to have a stillborn years ago. And so what happened was I was preparing. At that time, I'm scrubbing the stove like I had to have it perfect. So it's like an instinctive thing that happens when it wasn't even time yet, but it was time. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Anyway, so I feel like I'm getting ready for my death. It's like I'm just preparing. It's like, let me just put all this stuff away. I threw away a lot of other stuff, and I'll just keep the essentials, and I'll just pack up everything away, and I just don't want it. I don't want to. I just want to live my life, and when God takes me home, he's going to take me home. Does that make sense? Yeah. You never take your own life. You'll never see the face of God. I mean, that's what it says. You can't judge even after somebody does do that, but you don't want to do that. You're playing with fire, literally. So you never want to take your own life. We have to remember, you're not going to see the face of God if you do that. So, and we're not to judge, like I just said. Only God will do that. Anyway, yeah. Okay, speaking positive words. I'm listening to the preachers talk and just waiting for the next thing. I feel like I'm making this house strong for, like I said, my children, whoever, whatever, just simplifying it and just living. I'm breathing because God has me breathing. Does that make sense? I don't know what he wants me to do. I don't. And we'll figure it out day by day as time goes on. Okay, I'll see you again.